Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and this is another episode of VHS Rewind, where today I'm going to take a look back at the old UK X rental for Jackie Chan's Dragons Forever. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. Now, I know some of you, if like me, are thinking, this isn't the Dragons Forever that we used to hire out here in the UK. Well, you're right, because there are two versions. This was the second release put out there, but the first, of course, was this one. I'm not going to go through this with you, but this is the more widely known initial UK rental of Dragons Forever, with a photo there, of course, taken from Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars with Andy Lau, who's not in Dragons Forever, Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao in that wonderful warehouse fight scene. The backs of them, though, are identical, and I will go through that with you, but I wanted to focus more on this particular one. I didn't know until many decades later that there was a second version of Dragons Forever put out there, and when I did, I thought, I'm never going to see that. I'm never going to get my hands on this copy, and I love this copy more so because it carries the artwork we were so used to seeing on Jackie Chan movies, the likes of Project A1 and 2, Winners and Sinners, My Lucky Stars, etc. So that Dragons Forever cover with the three of them from Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars always really annoyed me and confused me when I was a young teen and only starting to collect. I always thought that Andy Lau was called Crystal Kwok because that's who's kind of listed on the cover there, introducing Crystal Kwok, and that's the only other person on the cover. Sammo Hung wasn't there, of course, and I knew who that was. So whenever I heard about this, I thought, yes, never get my hands on it. But thanks to Gareth over at Yorkshire Pudding Collects, I did receive a box of fan mail one day, and this gorgeously put together piece was in there, much to my surprise, and I was very, very, very happy with that. Now, the initial one, I believe, was put out, because the movie, of course, was made in 1988. I think that first initial UK rental was put out maybe around 89, 1990, as early as that, and it could well have been even later, 1988. I'm not too sure, I couldn't really secure a date on this. This one, however, this second version, this reissue, was put out around 1995, and of course I can confirm that because of the trailers contained on there. You have trailers for films such as Sleep Stalker, which look kind of fun. Jeff Speakman's The Expert is on there. Steel Frontier, which is like an Albert Pune inspired sort of cyborgy wasteland movie, which I had a lot of fun watching. And the Anna Nicole action thriller To the Limit. So all of those trailers, of course, are very different to what would be on the original release, and that then gives it its date, which could be then late 94 into early 1995 for those movies there. But yeah, I mean, very happy to get my hands on this finally. But then again, after I got it and I studied the cover, I was like, well, none of this artwork here is from Dragons Forever. Let's be honest, that there is clearly a shot from Heart of the Dragon, or First Mission, which would have been fantastic to use on the actual cover of First Mission, and the cars coming down the steps and the explosions with the two Caucasian gunmen in the background. I think that was just kind of created, but probably inspired from the likes of Armour of God. In Armour of God, we have a car stunt down steps, but definitely not here. And it's really annoying that Dragons Forever, on its video release, never really got that sort of artistic approach that was true to the film. So when you're done watching this, why not head over to Korea Disco, where you can find an incredible selection of Korean VHS movies featuring a wide collection of Hong Kong titles, Hollywood movies, and so much more. You'll also find a great selection of K-pop music and memorabilia, and plenty of other movie-themed goodies. Now, of course, today we have Blu-rays and 4Ks and steelbooks of this incredible movie, with some tremendous artwork from different artists, which is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm still very happy to have this because the picture quality of it is gorgeous. My older video, the picture quality is not so good. I mean, I have worn that thing out. Of course, it is one of my favorite movies, but this is crystal friggin' clear. It's absolutely brilliant. And for a movie, or a release, I should say, at 30 years old, this tape in particular, at 30 years old, it's held up quite well. There was no need to hit the tracking button whatsoever. But released by VPD through American Imperial, all one and the same, I do believe there. And on the back, as I say, you can see that that pattern is the same as the original release. And I loved how they had always done this layout on Jackie Chan movies, like a Chinese character. But absolutely fantastic looking. Really, really loved it. Let's get cracking into this though. So of course, not an original of my video collection, so there's no signatures on anything, things like that. On the cover, which I'll point out, it does state American Imperial, but you can see here on the video it does state the VPD logo, and it's quite clean, as I say. Apart from that one little stain on the case, everything about this is pretty much picture perfect. Let me pop out this cover because it is just glorious to look at. Inside, of course, blank on the other side, but look at that full spread. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And again, you know, just to miss this here in the UK, I often talk about, even, sorry, Northern Ireland, I talk about how little we got in terms of these releases. And I had quite an extensive collection. By 1995 I had quite a lot in my video collection already, but there were still certain Hong Kong titles I could never ever find, and I really went the length and breadth of the country to all the different stores trying to find certain releases. Had I known this was out there, I absolutely would have been keeping my eyes peeled for it. But yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous piece, even though it's not related to the movie, and I would love to have seen this particular artist use scenes from Dragons Forever to put a cover together that really would have been an absolute gem to have. But now we have that, of course, from the likes of Kung Fu Bob and Sean Longmore, as I've said. Anyhow, this has been the reissue of the UK X rental for Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung's Dragons Forever, the movie that, with the most ironic title, destroyed their working relationship and kind of sent all three of these incredible heroes their separate ways. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your continued support. It is truly and greatly appreciated. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I'll see you soon. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram at Invincible Asia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.